Welcome to the Value of Your Library program. In the next hour, we're going to try to share circulation and collection information with you, and also talk about OVLC and PAC usage. We will also give you a worksheet in order to figure out how much money that you can save per year by using the Portsmouth Public Library. At the end of our presentation, a prize will be awarded. Let's get started. Whenever I issue a library card, I explain that your privileges include 25 checkout limit at any one time. This is a maximum of 5 DVDs that's checked out system-wide. Your library card is good for a 3-year period. Overdue fines are 10 cents a day on books and $1 per day on DVDs. I also state that this is the credit card to have, since you can only accumulate up to a $5 balance before you have to do something to bring it down to an acceptable checkout level. Today's program will hopefully show you how you can get more value out of your PPL library card. We're first going to start the program with some statistics about the Portsmouth Public Library. This past year, we've had 19,661 people with library cards that are registered borrowers at the Portsmouth Public Library. Would anyone like to guess what the number might have been back in 2000?
I'd say half that.
Half that? Actually, it was less than a third. Back in 2000, there were 5,397 registered borrowers. In 2005, it grew to 8,441 registered borrowers. And in the year 2010, it grew to 14,559 registered borrowers. So as you can see, our library patrons has continued to increase even though our funding and staffing levels have been reduced. Another interesting fact is the Portsmouth Public Library has over 185,100 items in its Scioto County branch locations.
In 2000, we only had 65,998 items. In 2005, that number increased to 123,000 items. So you can see that we're still increasing the collection and we're making it work even though our budget has decreased.
Another statistic for the Portsmouth Public Library is there was 57,800 items that were placed on hold last year. This compares to 44,977 holds that were placed by patrons in the year 2010. So again, you can see the number of holds have continued to increase even though our funding and staffing levels have been reduced.
And also, it's very interesting to know that we had over 407,000 items checked out in 1 year. It's a very large number, and it's very hard to imagine that that many items can go out from a library system, but even that's going up each month.
In doing our research, we did find that in the year 2010, that number that had been checked out was 419,823, which was more than what it was the last year. Now, we tried to figure out some reasons why this may have changed. One number that possibly is why it was decreased was due to the theft of library items, and we are now turning patrons over to unique management for our materials recovery process. If an account goes over $25, it is sent to them for recovery of overdue fines and materials. In 2001, our board of directors decided to first use their services. At that time, we had over $100,000 worth of non-return materials and overdue fines. As of last month, that number had grown to over 850,000.
Another reason why circulations may have decreased a little bit is the invention of ebooks. We have multiple resources now that give patrons different vendors to access ebooks. We also have free resources such as the Ohio eBook Project and SEO eBooks. And as long as the patron has a library card, they can have access to this. And they have access to thousands of titles completely free of charge for hundreds of devices. So that our print materials circulation may have decreased, but we are gaining circulations through different media formats.
It's quite easy to get a Portsmouth Public Library card. The patron or responsible party must present a valid photo ID in addition to a form of current address. The first and last name must match on all forms of identification. Any additional questions concerning this process could be answered at 354-5688 by asking for the reference department.
Okay. And recently, in December, we joined the Ohio Valley Library Consortium. And this has been, it's a partnership of 6 different libraries in the Southern Ohio region. And we have all decided to come together and form this partnership in order to alleviate some of the costs of materials and different resources. So we have 6 different libraries, like I said, and those are Oak Hill, Jackson, Sylvester Memorial, which is in Wellston, Herbert Westcote in Vinton County, Meigs County, and the Briggs Lawrence Public Library Systems. We have had a great cooperation and partnership with these groups since December. We have had, let's see here, since we've joined in December, we've had 4,900 items come into our library from these for our patrons. And we have been able to send out over 3,000 to their patrons. So that's 4,000 or 5,000 items that we don't have to purchase now. Our patrons still have access to them. You can put any of these items on hold. They usually arrive within 7 to 10 days. And a lot of the holds lists on popular titles are moving much quicker because we do have multiple copies available in the system now. And also with this, it increases the total number of items that are available. We have 185,000 items available in our county. This takes the number up to close to 1 million. So it's a little over 750,000 items, and that's continuing to grow. So that's a lot of items for our patrons to access.
Are there any questions so far about Portsmouth Public Library or the consortium, the Ohio Valley Library Consortium? Okay. If not, we're going to move on to the public access catalog usage. We call it our PAC. We use it every day. Did you know you can view your account, place holds, and browse our books through our online catalog? This is something that Beth uses every day with part of her job, so I'm going to turn it back over to her.
Any item that we have available in our library system, and this includes the OVLC consortium as well, can be viewed through our catalog. And this is viewable within our buildings as well as from home if you have a home computer. All you have to do is have your library card handy, and you can, once you find a title that you'd like to put on hold, you can go ahead and do that through the online catalog from your house. So it's just one more thing you don't have to make an extra trip to the library for. You can save a little bit of gas and save some money, and you can do that from home. To do that, you just have to have a PIN number, and this could be any number of your choosing. All you have to do is come up to a staff member, and we can assign that to your account. Once you have that, then you can put your items on hold, and those items are then sent to whatever location you prefer. You can also suspend a hold, and what this does is allows you to, if you're going out of town for any amount of time or something like that, you can temporarily hold the item, and you don't lose your place in line. Other people can move around you, but as soon as you determine that you're going to be back in town, it'll start going through the rotation again. And a new thing that they've given us recently is the option to cancel a hold. So now you can cancel an item that you no longer wish to receive, and it can be done if it's an item you haven't gotten yet or something that has arrived for you. You can go ahead and cancel that. We've had over 13,000 items placed on hold from our online borrowers, and that number continues to grow as more and more people are comfortable with our online catalog. Let's see here. If you have any trouble using the online catalog, you can definitely ask any staff member for assistance. Give us a call, email us, and we will do anything we can to make you comfortable with our system.
Just a little bit about DVD usage. 16 years ago, when I was first hired as the audiovisual supervisor, a library patron could check out up to 10 VHS tapes for one day with no renewals. Now patrons are able to check out up to 5 DVDs for a week's renewal. As of May 2012, patrons are now able to renew DVDs for an additional week's period as long as there's not a hold on them. Also available are Blu-ray discs now for checkout privileges. Patrons can place holds on DVDs at any PPL location or OVL location. So you definitely can see the increased value concerning DVDs over the last 16 years.
And a few other things, we've gone over some statistics in our catalog and things like that, but we also have programs available for all ages, computer access, free to the public, as well as free computer classes for all patrons. We have the ebooks, and we also have different resources for patrons to use due to other agencies having to go out of business and things like that. The Portsmouth Public Library is one of the only places in the county that carries tax forms. We have some unemployment assistance in regards to job search classes, resume building, and things like that. So we've taken the place of quite a few different agencies that unfortunately have had to leave the area.
A lot of people do their job searching now through our internet lab. So, are there any questions so far on what we've covered? If not, we have a little survey on the value of the library. There's different things listed like books. The potential usage could be like 20 per year, and that could be a value of $600. Magazines could be 5 per year, valued at $25. DVDs or Blu-rays could be 25 per year at $750. Audiobooks 2 per year at $100. Interlibrary loan 3 per year at $150. Adult programming 2 per year at $50. Children's programming 8 per year at $200. Computer usage, which is approximated to be 24 hours per year, at $288, and reference inquiries at 20 per year for $400. So from this scenario, a patron could be potentially saving $2,563. What we'd like you to do is sit down on your own personal usage and fill in the numbers that apply to you. And once you have that all totaled up, we'll be awarding a prize. Now the conclusion.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, we hope we've showed you some more added features to obtaining a Portsmouth Public Library card. This will increase the value of your library membership, where at Portsmouth Public Library, we hope we are your resource for a lifetime of learning. Thank you for your time.